From Sunrise, Florida, the defending Stanley Cup champions host the Buffalo Sabres here at Amerant Bank Arena as we get set for this end of February matchup between the Buffalo Sabres and the Florida Panthers. Tage Thompson, Lundell set to face off. Sit back and enjoy this one, and we are underway here from Amerant Bank Arena. The Panthers bring it up quickly. Reinhart, a shot goes off a body, deflects into the slot, and Buffalo jumps on it. Tage Thompson will bring it up here for Buffalo. Centering pass right on the doorstep, and Luosterainen comes out with the puck. Here comes Florida through center. Lundell tried to feed it in. Good stick on the outside. Lundell along the goal line, goes right in front and deflects out wide. Reinhart up top, Forsling up to the point and Ekblad. Reinhart turns, fires, and knocked down. And Buffalo will get it out. Tage Thompson pestered along the boards. He gets it back. Thompson dangles. Thompson drops it off to no man's land. Loose puck in the slot. Controlled by Luosterainen. And the Panthers will get it out. Samuelsson jumps on it in center. Battle for it along the near boards. Reinhart circles out. Luosterainen to the outside. Squares up a shot. It deflects towards Luukkonen, who stops play just under 2 minutes gone by. And our first stoppage of the game. Face-off controlled by Buffalo in their own end. Here's Norris through center. Comes in with a head of steam. Drops on a dime. Tuck broke his stick on that shot attempt. Norris down low, denied by Bobrovsky. Just over 2 minutes gone by. First shot on goal there for Buffalo. And Bobrovsky holds his ground. One shot on goal for either side to start this game. Here in Sunrise. Sam Bennett works it in wide, waiting for his help to come. Gets it back behind the net. Bennett tried to feed it out in front, gets it off the bobble, and he's disrupted by Power, who gets it out to center. Here's Tuck. Tuck brings it in wide around the net, loses it to the far half wall, controlled by Marchand, and the Panthers will clear. Here's Connor Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe gets around one man, drops it off for Bennett. Luukkonen with the stop. No further play with 17 minutes to go in the opening period. And Luukkonen holds his ground right on the doorstep. Face-off controlled by Buffalo. Here's a turnover inside, a bobble out in front, and Benson gains control. Lucky break there for Buffalo to get it out of the zone. Here's Quinn. Taken off his stick by Belinsky. Quinn gets it back and fires on net. Bobrovsky says no with 16:32 to go in the opening period. Two shots on goal for either side here in the first 3.5 minutes. Already off to a good start. Here's a takeaway. Quinn downstairs, Benson. Bobrovsky finds the puck before he can get a shot off. One of 4 games in action tonight across the NHL. Greer brings it up through center. Taken off his stick by Bryson. Capitals held off the Golden Knights 3-2 down in the nation's capital. Wild and Mammoth underway, 1-0 Utah on top as Greer takes it in, denied by Luukkonen. Goes back behind the net, circles out to the far half wall. Kunin battled over there, Metsa Pindle on the boards. Circles back behind the net, Bryson jumps on it here for Buffalo. And it comes back out to center. Ostlund brings it in, out in front, off the goalpost. Bryson recovers out in front. Bobrovsky holds his ground. Still sitting back behind the net. Greenway circles in. That one's off of Bobrovsky. Still back behind the net. Buffalo. Pindle on the boards. Circles back out to Samuelson. Up top, one-timer off a body. Ostlund keeps it alive. What a stop by Bobrovsky. What a turn here for Buffalo. Up to the point, Samuelson lets it fly. That one goes just wide of the net. Panthers desperate to get it out, and they will. My goodness, what a turn. Lundell brings it up. Pestern, Marchand gets on it. Tried to send it in out in front. Good stick by Bryson. Action-packed first 6 minutes of play. Malenstein dropped off by Balinskis. Floats to the near side and Petrie. And up ahead, Lundell. Lundell to the other side, a bobble by Marchand. Marchand inside, a shot denied by Luukkonen. No further play with 13:42 to go in the opening period. And Bobrovsky held his ground incredibly there in between the pipes for the Panthers. Face-off control by Buffalo. Doan brings it up. Fires a shot saved by Bobrovsky. And he'll stop play there. Another face-off on the way. Winnipeg and Anaheim play later tonight at 7 o'clock. Capitals beat the Golden Knights 3-2. Mammoth and Wild underway. It's 1-0 Utah. That shot went off a body out in front of the net. Buffalo keeps it in. Tage Thompson taken off his stick by Jones. And here comes Florida. Boakvist inside, a bobble, and taken away by Buffalo. 6 shots on goal for the Sabres, 4 for the Panthers. Krebs drops it off. Doan, a shot denied. Bobrovsky. Face-off control by the Panthers in their own end. Forsling Pester turns it over. Tuck drops it off. And Bobrovsky holds his ground again. Zucker that time was the one who let it fly. And Buffalo's been on the attack for this first half of the opening period. Face-off here in the Florida end once again, controlled by the Panthers. Forsling gets it out to Sam Bennett. To the near side in Verhaeghe. Pestered on his way through and turns it over. Zucker back through center here for Buffalo. Zucker drops it off. Tuck a shot. Blocker down. The rebound. Norris couldn't handle it. And back out to center comes Florida. Here's Bennett. Bennett dangles on his way in. Drops it off for Marchand. Takes it in. Kicked away. And it goes to the far half wall. Zucker jumps on it for Buffalo. Back through center they come. Taken away by Ekblad. Here's Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe pestered on his way in. Power takes it away for the Sabres. Here's Norris. Norris cuts inside. Didn't get a clean one off, and Bobrovsky sprawls out to get it. 11:26 to go, opening period. Off to a hot start. Face-off comes out to Mikkola here for Florida. He'll bring it through center. Mikkola floats it in deep into the Sabres' end. 9 shots on goal for Buffalo, 5 for Florida, still scoreless. Just under halfway through this opening period here from Sunrise. Quinn taken off his stick by Jones. Reinhart cross ice to Luosterainen. Luosterainen turns it over to Quinn. And Dahlin back, now McLeod to the near side. Benson trying to cut inside, jumped on by Reinhart. Here's Jones. Jones looking for a center. Centers it in, and it's intercepted by Metza. And Buffalo will get it out. Quinn tried to feed it in deep. Keeps it alive. Quinn. A bobble and a shot denied by Bobrovsky. Out in front, Quinn off the shoulder of Bobrovsky that time. Back behind the net. McLeod to Quinn again. A backhanded try. Bobrovsky holding his ground. McLeod takes it in. Taken off his stick by Mikkola. And the Panthers will get it out. We're just over halfway through this opening period. Bobrovsky, a brick wall to start this game. Greer, good pass. Out in front, Greer, backhanded try, save by Luukkonen. A lot of action happening on both ends of the ice. No score here in Sunrise. Twelve shots on goal for Buffalo, 6 for Florida. To the point and Forsling tried to Turn and fiery whip. Now gets one off and a save by Luukkonen. Puck floats out to the wing, controlled by Buffalo. Tage Thompson through center. Comes out wide. Thompson back behind the net. Cut off on his way through by Ekblad. And the Panthers get it back out to center. Bennett to the near side and Reinhart. Reinhart looked to center it. Good defense by Buffalo. Reinhart jumps on the loose puck in center. He's pinned along the boards as Reinhart gets free for a moment. Now turns it over. Floats back into the Buffalo end. Ekblad will be the first guy to it. Ekblad back behind the net. Pinned along the boards. Marchand over to help him out. Loose puck up top, taken away by Buffalo. And Zucker will bring it back up. Here's Tuck. Tuck feeds it in, circles the boards. First guy back to it is Evan Rodriguez. Forsling takes a big hit behind the play. Jones up through center, drops it off for Marchand. Marchand back to Jones. Inside a little tap on the one-timer. Goes off of Luukkonen. Byram back across the red line, feeds it in deep. Tuck, first guy to it. Diving attempt out in front. And he whiffed. Marchand crosses the red line. Luosterainen back to Marchand. Marchand cut off on his way in. Keeps it alive. Rodriguez back up to the point, and Jones denied by Luukkonen. Comes to the near half wall. Rodriguez pinned along the boards. Luosterainen escapes, cuts to the net. Denied by Luukkonen. 6:27 to go in the opening period. Face-off control by the Panthers. Petrie let it fly, and Luukkonen holds his ground again. Nearly turned it over, but they'll get it out. Greenway pestered on his way in, and it floats deep into the Panther end. Bolinski's. Pindle on the far half wall. Ton of bodies over there battling for it. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the opening period. Still no score. Petrie drops it off. Luukkonen holds his ground. Both of these goaltenders off to a good start in this game. .540 to go opening period. Both teams with 12 shots on goal. Bryson on it for Buffalo. He gets hit across the blue line, turns it over. Boqvist waits for his friends to get back on sides. Kunin will bring it in, intercepted in center by Benson. And the loose puck controlled by Buffalo. Here's McLeod with a head of steam. Drops it off for Quinn, a shot snared by Bobrovsky. 5:03 to go in the period. .503 to go in the period. Face off in the Panther end. Controlled by Florida. Here's Bolinski's. Bolinski's poked to the near side. Buffalo jumps on it. Along the near half wall, they battle for it. Floats back behind the net into the trapezoid. Bryson gets there for the Sabres. Zucker intercepted in center. Still battling for it along the boards. Norris escapes, gets it out to Tuck, and a one-time try denied by Bobrovsky. Out in front, a one-timer and a broken stick. Might have prevented a goal there. Now Bennett on the other end. They have a Sabre out there without a stick. Bennett circles the net. Pestered on his way through. Gets it out to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe tried to send it in. Metza. There's still a Sabre out there without a stick. Minor advantage for Florida for a moment. Mikkola denied off the pipe. Bennett keeps it alive out in front. Marchand denied by Luukkonen. And it comes back out to center. Norris floats it in deep. He gets knocked down. And Mikkola's on it here for the Panthers. Greer up ahead with a head of steam. Waiting for his friends. Greer out in front. Bennett denied by Luukkonen. Back up to the point in Bolinski's. Mikkola sends it in. Bennett now flips it off a body in front. Under 3 minutes to go in the opening period. Samskovich jumps on it in center. Now Doan turns back here for Buffalo. There's a broken stick out in front of the net, and Bobrovsky holds his ground with 2:31 to play. "15 shots on goal for Buffalo, 13 here for Florida. Panthers win the faceoff. Nolan takes it off his stick. Back through center. And now taken back away. Left wing circle. Buffalo jumps on it. Good defense by Lundell through center. Ekblad up ahead to Reinhart. Reinhart pestered on his way in. A lot of bodies in there. Samuelsson gets it here for the Sabres. Here's Tage Thompson. Under 2 minutes to go in this opening period. Thompson inside, intercepted by Forsling. Jumps in on net. And Bobrovsky keeps it out. Luosterainen poked on his way through. Samuelsson on it here for the Sabres. Now inside McLeod. Now Quinn. Quinn fires a shot, saved down by Bobrovsky. 1:19 to go in the opening period. Another faceoff coming here in the Florida end. Minute 19 to go in the period. Panthers jump on it. Forsling pestered, might turn it over here, and he will. Allenstein back there pestering here for Buffalo. Panthers hitting the deck. This shot never got through. It went off his skate. Back up to the point, and Samuelsson. One time for outside of Bobrovsky, and the Panthers get it back out to center. Under a minute to go in the period. Boqvist inside. Kunin shot denied by Luukkonen. 37 seconds to play. Panthers win the faceoff. Boqvist cuts inside, loses it to Benson. Sabres jump on it, it floats to the far side, and they'll get it back out to center. 20 seconds to go in the period. Quinn, centering pass, a bobble. Bobrovsky holds his ground as it floats out wide. Quinn there for the Sabres, floats it in deep. 6 seconds to go in the period. Floats along the near half wall. Buffalo gets it back behind the net. Benson out in front, intercepted on the doorstep. Time expires. And a very entertaining scoreless opening period here in Sunrise, Florida. Sabres and Panthers deadlocked at 0 as we head to the first intermission. Start of the second period here from Sunrise. We're deadlocked at 0, waiting for one of these teams to break through. 18 shots on goal for Buffalo in that first period, 14 for the Panthers. And we're back underway to start the second period. A lot of shots on goal for Buffalo in that period. Bobrovsky did an excellent job holding his ground. Here's a turnover. Luosterainen sends that one off his skate. And Buffalo back out to center. Krebs comes in wide, back behind the net, comes all the way through. Samuelsson on it here for Buffalo. Thompson back up to the point, and Dahlin. Dahlin squares it up. Tip try out in front, goes off of Bobrovsky. And it comes back out to center here for Reinhart. Luosterainen on the near side. Centering pass to Lundell, takes it inside. Samuelsson gets the loose puck. Still loose. That shot goes just wide of the net. Reinhart. Pestered as it goes off the cage, back behind the play. Samuelsson on it now for Buffalo. Tage Thompson, pestered by Luosterainen. Back out to the point, picked off, power play called. It's a penalty on Buffalo for a hold behind the play on Tage Thompson. And he just held Luosterainen right up against the wall, and we get our first power play of the night, and it belongs to the Panthers. Power play here for Florida. Here in a scoreless game. Face-off control by the Panthers. Set up on the point by Verhaeghe. To this side, Jones. Back to Verhaeghe as they play catch. Luosterainen now inside. Off a body, and Luukkonen finds the puck. Minute 46 to go here on the power play. That one looked like it almost leaked through for Luukkonen as he just pinned it in between his legs. Minute 46 to go on the power play here for the Panthers. Here early in the second period, Buffalo clears the zone. First power play of the night. Tuck gets back there quickly. Aggressive, shorthanded for Buffalo as it goes back behind the Panther net. Verhaeghe there to pick up the loose change for the Panthers. Luosterainen with a bobble. McLeod keeps it in. Here's Tuck, a shorthanded shot, goes off a body in front. Verhaeghe with the shot block. And he comes up with the puck down low. And now Bennett can't handle it on the near side. Looks back into the Buffalo end. Race for the puck. Power gets there. And now a turnover. Luosterainen off his own player. Bennett now with a try. Good stick out in front. We're under a minute to go on the power play. Panthers trying to keep it in this side. Good hit by Tuck. And Buffalo will clear. They'll bring it up short-handed. Tuck to let it fly. Good stick from behind by Bennett. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Offsides on Buffalo. Face off here in neutral ice. 28 seconds to go on the penalty here for the Panthers. Allenstein jumps on it here for Buffalo, trying to waste time. And here comes Florida. Reinhart taken off the stick by Bryson. Buffalo wasting time on this penalty. Greenway flips it up and out. And it looks like the Sabres are going to kill off this man advantage for the Panthers. Tage Thompson jumps back out of the box. Back to full strength come the Sabres. As Reinhart brings it in, he's taken away by Metza. Greenway now brings it up here for Buffalo. Greenway cuts inside, drops it off, a shot denied by Bobrovsky. Comes out wide, Ekblad jumps on it here for Florida, and they get it back out to center. Lundell dangles on his way in, lost control of the puck. Tage Thompson, who just served the penalty, pinned along the boards. And Greenway brought back out to center. Greenway comes wide, tried to center it inside. Good stick by Rodriguez. Samskovich tried to get off a shot, sends it in on net, and Luukkonen says no. 15:21 to go in the second, still scoreless. Face-off control by the Panthers. Jones tried to get it into the slot, intercepted by Buffalo, and they bring it back out through center. Tuck pestered on his way in, goes back behind the net. Jones jumps on it for Florida. Here's Kunin. He's tripped. And another power play upcoming here for the Panthers. Rasmus Dahlin this time gets a little greedy with the poke check. The stick just got away from him. And a tripping call on him will put the Panthers back on the penalty. So another power play here for Florida. Trying to crack the scoreboard here first. Which one of these teams will break the ice? Buffalo wins the faceoff, and they'll get it back out to center. Quinn will bring it up shorthanded. Fires a shot saved by Bobrovsky. Looks out wide. Jumping on it is Samskovich. He turns it over. Buffalo up ahead shorthanded here. Watch out. Luosterainen takes it away. Numbers for the Panthers if they hurry. Good cutoff defense by Buffalo on their way in as they never got a shot off. And Samuelson flips it up and out. What up, Tankinator? Welcome in, Poppy. Power play here for the Panthers. They're second here early in this second period. They're 0 for 1. Under a minute to go on this penalty. Luosterainen almost tripped there, but Bryson maintains control, flips it up and out. It was a tripping call on Florida. For the penalty, their first was a hold up against the boards just a few minutes ago. Another penalty here for the Panthers. 0 for 1 on the power play so far here tonight. Tuck will feed it in around the boards. 40 seconds to go on the man advantage here for the Panthers. Tuck out in front. Shot denied by Bobrovsky. McLeod jumps on it here for Buffalo. Back up to the point. Marchand picks it off, and Lundell back the other way for the Panthers. Lundell tried to cut inside. Good cut off by Metsä. He gets the puck. Turns it over. Reinhart denied by Luukkonen. 14 seconds to go on the penalty. Face-off comes back out to the point. Panthers keep it alive. Lundell tried to feed it inside. Good stick from behind. And Buffalo's going to kill off another penalty. Panthers now 0 for 2 on the power play as Buffalo's back to full strength. Greenway turns inside, drops it off to the point. Samuelson tipped just wide of the net. Bobrovsky might have gotten a piece of it. Marchand feeds it up and out. Back up to Benson. Benson flips it, and Bobrovsky says no. Tankinator, do you have a team? You might have told me in the past, but do you have a favorite team in the NHL? Face-off controlled by Buffalo. Samuelson on the point, squares it up. Oh, off the pipe! It's still loose, and Bobrovsky just lays down on the puck. Wow! That one hammered the crossbar, and Bobrovsky just lays down on it. Buffalo keeps it alive. Dahlin fires a shot, saved by Bobrovsky. And it comes back out. Tampa Bay Lightning or Columbus Blue Jackets? Any reason? Those are two very different teams. Score! Norris on the drop-off, and Buffalo strikes first as the Sabres break the ice here in Sunrise. Just an 18.2 shooting percentage. And he finds the back of the net to break the ice. At the 8:17 mark in the second period, we have our first goal of the game, and it belongs to Buffalo. So you do not have a favorite team is basically what I'm gathering here, Tankinator. Hey, you came in and we got our first goal of the game. We were just waiting for you. Boqvist brings it up here for Florida, taken off his stick by Dahlin. And here's Tage Thompson. Thompson brings it in, turns it over, right back at him, but an offsides is the result. Buffalo out shooting Florida 25-17. Scores the game's first goal moments ago. Face-off control by Buffalo in center. Krebs brings it back in, looking for a center. Works it in down low, out in front. Denied by Bobrovsky. Walensky jumps on the puck, and Florida back out to center. Rear to Samskovich. He tried to get off a shot. Dahlin with the good defense out in front. And Buffalo right back at him. Dahlin, a shot off a body. Benson now tried to let it fly, and he whiffed. Rear poke check. That's going to be a penalty. And we're going to get another power play here for Florida. And again, it's Dahlin, who will serve more time in the penalty box. Panthers 0 for 2 on the power play coming into this penalty. And now a chance to tie this game. Who are your favorite players, Tankinator? Face-off comes out to Buffalo's grasp, and they will clear the zone to start this penalty. Tuck will bring it up short-handed for a moment. McLeod now picks up the loose change, cuts inside, and Bobrovsky says no, off the blocker. Lindell picks up the loose change in the corner, and the Panthers will bring it up. Reinhart will start the break-in, fires a shot, saved by Luukkonen. Comes out wide, Bryson can't handle it. Lundell keeps it alive, cuts inside, sends it wide of the net. Bryson flips it up and out. Jones picks it off in center. Marchand back into the zone. Marchand to the other side for Hagee, brings it in, fires a shot, save. The rebound comes back out to Marchand, who can't handle it. And Buffalo will clear again. McLeod waits, sends it on net. Bobrovsky sticks it aside, and it comes to the near side. Jones recovers here for the Panthers. Here's Luosterainen. 45 seconds to go on the penalty. Bennett offsides for the Panthers. The Tkachuk brothers are absolutely incredible. Nikita Kucherov, he's all right. He's all right. Not bad favorite players. Bryson backtracks in their own end, and now he flips it up and out. Comes all the way down. Power play unit for the Panthers has not had much success against this penalty kill for Buffalo. They've got 19 seconds to work with. Bennett brings it outside, inside Luosterainen, shot down, denied by Luukkonen. 12 seconds to go on the power play. Face-off controlled by Buffalo. Samuelsson flips it up and out of the zone. And Buffalo's going to kill off their third penalty here in the second period as they're back to full strength. Right out of the box, a big hit, but Ekblad keeps it alive. And now Buffalo gains control in center. Dahlin, who served 4 minutes of penalty time, flips it in on net. Bobrovsky swats it aside. Dahlin now back up to the point. Samuelsson lets it fly off a body in front. Still loose, and Bobrovsky finds the puck. Johnny Gaudreau. What a pull from Tankinator. Face-off control by Buffalo. Right in. Denied by Bobrovsky. The rebound. Never got through. Still loose in the slot. Controlled by the Panthers. And they'll get it out. Boqvist feeds it in deep. Dahlin, first guy to it here for Buffalo. Still holding a 1-0 lead here in the second period. Outshooting Florida 30-18 with shots on goal. Jones takes it away from Quinn before he could get going. Here's Boqvist. Head of steam. Breaks away. Denied by Luukkonen. Goes out wide. Norris recovers the puck here for Buffalo. Nearly turned it over, and now he does. Noonan back out of the zone. Offsides on Florida. So Luukkonen holds his ground. Minor breakaway there for Florida. Face-off controlled by Buffalo. Tuck poke check by Balinskis. Kunin turns it over. Zucker brings it up and flips it in for Buffalo. Kunin will bring it up and out. He gets pestered through neutral ice. And Metsa takes it away here for the Sabres. Tuck outside Krebs. Works it in wide, trying to get off a shot. Good stick from behind. Balinskis takes a hit behind the play. Rodriguez trying to get it out, and he will. Rodriguez brings it in wide, looking for a center. Poked on his way through, takes it in on net, and Luukkonen finds the puck. 5:23 to go in the second period. Still just a one-goal game. Face-off controlled by Buffalo. Byram up through center. Working with Thompson. Balinskis takes it away. And it comes out wide. Along the near half wall. Panthers will escape with it. And try to get it back out to center. And they will. Petrie Keeps it alive, cross ice to Greer. Greer poked on his way in by Doan. Panthers cannot keep offensive possessions alive. They're turning it over early and often when they have the puck. Petrie jumps on it here for Florida. They'll get it back out to center. Samskovich. Here's Forsling. Poked on his way in. He loses it. And jumping on it are the Sabres again. Back out to center. Here's Byram. Byram dangles on his way in, trying to get it to the outside. Poked away. And it comes to the near half wall. Under 4 minutes to go in the period. 30-20 shots on goal in favor of Buffalo. Verhaeghe floats it into the corner. Verhaeghe knocks Byram down. Floats out wide. Malenstein jumps on it here for the Sabres. Big hit behind the play. Buffalo gets it back out to center. And a penalty called. Another one on Buffalo. Interference is going to be the call on Malenstein. And the Panthers are going to go to their fourth power play here in the second period alone. We didn't have any penalties in the first period, and now 4 here on Buffalo in the second period, and Malenstein's going to get called for interference. And the Panthers looking to break through. They're 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. Looking to tie this game. Panthers, as Reinhart tried to send it in, lost it. Out in front, Lundell denied by Luukkonen. 8 seconds in to the penalty and our first stoppage. Face-off, floats out into the crease. Kept alive, downstairs, Luosterainen. Out in front, a good poke by Luukkonen. And Buffalo gets it out of the zone. Quinn feeds it out of play. Minute 37 to go on the power play here for Florida. 0 for 3 on the penalty here tonight. Face-off in center, controlled by Buffalo. Zucker will bring it up shorthanded for the Sabres. Centering pass and a shot denied by Bobrovsky. Reinhart jumps on the loose change along the far half wall. Lundell escapes. Up ahead, Marchand. One man to beat. Marchand button hooks back. Waits for his friends. Denied. Too far on the shot by Lundell. And Krebs picks up the loose change and flips it up and out. First guy to it is Norris here for Buffalo. Up shorthanded once again. Out to the point. A bobble. And taken away by Mikkola. And here comes Sam Reinhart. Reinhart drops it off for Mikkola. Mikkola pestered. Marchand picks it up. Ekblad a shot off a body. And Buffalo will clear it again. Out of play again with a minute 57 to go. Buffalo wins the faceoff. Bryson flips it up and out. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage here for the Panthers. Buffalo, very aggressive penalty kill unit. And it's working. 20 seconds to go on the man advantage. Bennett up ahead to Samskovich. He sends it in on net, swatted away by Luukkonen. Samskovich gets it back, out in front for Verhaeghe, sends it in, rebound, denied by Luukkonen. Bennett cut inside, and with 6 seconds to go on the power play, Buffalo keeps it out. Bennett was right there on the doorstep, and Luukkonen just closed the door. Panthers 6 seconds away from going 0-4 on the penalty in the second period. They lose the faceoff, and Buffalo kills off their fourth power play of the night. Panthers now 0 for 4. Greenway is shot denied by Bobrovsky. Comes out to Ekblad. We're just over a minute to go in the period. Luosterainen outside Rodriguez. Luosterainen can't handle it. Rodriguez jumps back on it. Rodriguez sends it in around, flip and follow. Sends it in on the doorstep off the side of the cage. And back out to center for Benson. 35 seconds to go in the period. Forsling with a good poke. Metsa back out in center. Flips it in deep. Under 20 seconds to go in the period. Forsling takes a hit, turns it over in center. Delayed offsides on Buffalo. Ostlund brings it in. Fires on net. Bobrovsky says no with 2 seconds to play. And barring something crazy happening on this faceoff, it's going to be 1-0 Buffalo going to the third period. Faceoff controlled by Buffalo. One final shot. Denied. Bobrovsky as time expires in the period. Buffalo with a 1-0 lead. Panthers looking for answers as the Sabres take the lead into the second intermission. Start of the third period here at Amerant Bank Arena from Sunrise, Florida. Panthers trail by 1 here at home. It's 1-0 Buffalo. The lone goal coming in that second period, and we're back underway. Panthers have had some opportunities in this one, but have not been able to find the back of the net around Luukkonen. Thompson sends it in on Bobrovsky, who sticks it aside. Both of these goaltenders playing excellent. Bobrovsky is the only one that's given up the lone goal in this game. Lundell drops it off. Reinhart, a shot denied by Luukkonen. Still out in front, a whiff by Luukkonen, and it comes back out by Luosterainen, rather, who whiffed on that shot. Krebs brings it in, sticked aside by Ekblad. Reinhart up ahead, Luosterainen. Luosterainen sends it in on net, sticked aside by Luukkonen. Big hit by Luukkonen. And it comes back out to center. Here's Doan. Doan dangles on his way through, sends it inside, intercepted by Lundell. Forsling now here for the Panthers. Inside Reinhart, back to Forsling. Sends it in on net, sticked aside by Luukkonen. The Cloud jumps on it. Here for Buffalo, up ahead, Thompson. Tage Thompson comes in wide, stick to the corner. Thompson gets it out to McLeod, down behind the net. Ricochets off the side of the cage to Rodriguez, who's pinned along the boards on the far side. McLeod escapes, cuts to the net, denied by Bobrovsky, and the Panthers will get it out. Bennett brings it up, takes a hit at the blue line. McLeod back. Here's Benson, 3-on-2. Quinn fires, save, Bobrovsky. 17:25 to go in the third period. Both of these goaltenders doing their best to keep their respective teams in this game. Panthers just looking to break through and tie this game. Buffalo looking to extend their lead. Just one goal in this game came early in the second period for Buffalo. Faceoff controlled by the Sabres. Byram squares it up off of Bobrovsky, and Bennett recovers the rebound. Marchand back up through center. Marchand Verhaeghe pestered on his way through, turns it over to Buffalo. Here's Byram. Byram brings it up, tried to drop it off. Norris scores! Somehow got it into the slot, and it's 2-0 Buffalo. I think this one was deflected, and he was just cutting inside, and it deflected perfectly into his stick. And he fires it home to make it 2-0 Sabres. And Bobrovsky was just put off balance. So 2-0 Buffalo now, 3:05 into the third. And it just got that much tougher for the hometown Panthers. Boqvist will bring it up quickly, looking to respond. Drops it off for a shot, denied by Luukkonen. Bobrovsky has been a brick wall for the Panthers, just not getting much help from his teammates. That was just the second goal he's given up tonight. But none on the other side given up by Luukkonen. And the Panthers got to get some offense going if they want to come back in this game. (37-28) shots on goal in favor of Buffalo. Still plenty of time in this game, but Buffalo with the major advantage. Metsa squares up, good stick from behind by Boqvist. Panthers looking to get it out through center, and they will. Mikkola up ahead. Here come the Panthers. Kunin, a shot! Luukkonen once again holds his ground. Take a look at Tage Thompson. He's been a force to be reckoned with, as usual here for Buffalo. He served a penalty earlier in the game. He's knocking people down all over the place. Face-off in the Buffalo end, 4 minutes into the third. Buffalo wins the face-off. Rodriguez takes it away in center. Greer can't handle it. Metsa jumps on it here for the Sabres. Back to center. Malenstein to the near side. Ostlund. Taken away by Samskovich. Outside Rodriguez. Brings it up for the Panthers. Poke to the far side. Greenway there for Buffalo. Pindle on the boards by Rodriguez. Back behind the net. Greer tried to send it in outside. Malenstein right there for the Sabres. And they take it back through center. Bryson waiting for his friend. Sends it in off the pipe. And it comes back out to center. Rodriguez dangles on his way in, waiting for help. Poked away by Metsa. Rodriguez takes it back. Circles his way back out to the point, and Petrie sends it in. And Luukkonen says no. And Buffalo back out through center. Quinn working it wide. Shot denied by Bobrovsky. 14-19 to go in the third. Face-off controlled by Buffalo, and a shot on net denied by Bobrovsky. Face-off controlled by Buffalo again. Power sends it on a net. Knocked down by Bobrovsky. It goes just wide of the net. Bennett Pindle on the boards. Still a battle for it out there. Panthers will get it out. Marchand drops it off for Hagee. Shot denied off the blocker of Luukkonen. And Byram wins the race for the puck. Here comes Byram. Poked on his way through. Jones jumps on it for Florida. Panthers change as Boqvist feeds it in deep. 41 shots on goal for Buffalo, 31 for the Panthers. Fed in deep around the boards. Into the trapezoid, Benson tried to feed it in. Thompson off the pipe. Thompson right there on the doorstep sends it in. Benson couldn't handle it, and Florida escapes danger. Kunin intercepted on his way in. Tage Thompson back through. Rang one off the pipe a moment ago. He brings it in wide. Thompson poked by Jones, who takes it away. Tage Thompson pinned in front of the bench. Kunin jumps on the puck and feeds it in deep for Florida. 12 minutes to go, regulation time. 2-0 Buffalo. As the Sabres work it in their own end, kept in by Mikkola. Mikkola inside, Boqvist shot, goes off a skate out in front. Marchand jumps on it here for the Panthers, Pindle on the boards. Floats out to the near side. Buffalo will get it out again. And Power works his way through center. Power tried to cut inside, good cut off by Jones. Marchand on it here for Florida. Marchand cuts inside, goes wide. Marchand flips it in on net, denied the rebound. There was an open net for a moment, but good job by Tuck to keep it out of harm's way. Offsides on Buffalo. Tage Thompson brings it in here for the Sabres. Centering pass, floats in on net. Bobrovsky finds the puck. 10:41 to go in the third. Still a 2-goal lead for the Sabres. Faceoff controlled for a moment by Florida, but kept in by Buffalo. Inside Thompson, denied Bobrovsky. 10:30 to go here in regulation time. Faceoff controlled by Florida. Reinhart pestered on his way, trying to get out of the zone, floats back deep in the Florida end. Florida just cannot keep zone time in the offensive end alive. Reinhart trying to split defenders as he comes out wide. Reinhart flips it in on net. Luukkonen with an easy save. Just over halfway through this third period now, we'll get a faceoff in the Buffalo end. Faceoff controlled by Buffalo. Samuelson feeds it out through center. Krebs hit hard on his way into the zone by Ekblad. One of the few things this crowd has had to cheer about tonight. Tage Thompson works it in their own end, turns it over. 3-on-2. Lundell shot denied by Luukkonen, who has to reach back and find it. Panthers need a spark, and they need it now. Greenway back through center here for Buffalo. Stops and waits. Good stick by Reinhart. Reinhart cross ice, offsides again on Florida. Had a lot of those in this game. Florida just getting a little bit ahead of the play. Faceoff controlled by Florida. Reinhart out to Luosterainen, who brings it up. Feeds it in around the boards. First guy to it is Bryson for Buffalo. And the Sabres will get it out again. Ostlund. Big hit in center by Petrie. Takes it away here for the Panthers. Intercepted by Malenstein. Here he comes. Numbers for Buffalo. Flips it in. The rebound denied by Bobrovsky. And it comes out. We get a whistle. Huge chance there for Buffalo with 8:11 to go in the third. Belinsky's off the draw here for Florida. Here's Verhaeghe, who brings it in. He gets poked on his way through, trying to keep it alive. Bindle on the near boards, floats back deep into the zone. And Buffalo will get it out. Benson brings it in, squares up, fires, save, Bobrovsky, rebound, never got through. And it comes back out, here's Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe flips it in around the boards. Nobody home, though, for the Panthers. Verhaeghe tried to do it all himself there. And Buffalo back out to center once more. Flipped out of play. We get a stoppage with 7:10 to go here in the third. Panthers recover back in their own end. Greer circles his own net behind Bobrovsky. Rodriguez now Samskovich. Panthers need a bullet, and it's taken away in the slot by Power. Rodriguez jumps on it here for Florida. Outside, Samskovich sends it in, kicked away by Luukkonen, and it goes out wide. Back out to center, up ahead, Zucker. Sends it in on net. Mikkola cuts it off, and the Panthers back up. Turnover in center, Zuckert. Here for Buffalo. Norris now brings it in back to Tuck. A bobble through the crease. Jones takes it off his stick. Comes in on net. Bobrovsky has to bat it away. And it goes out to the far wall. Rodriguez now for the Panthers will get it up through center. Skamskevich to the near side of Jones. Button hooks back, tried to feed it in. And it comes back out to center. Panthers have to tag up. Panthers just cannot keep it in the offensive zone. Buffalo doing a great job in transition defense. Tage Thompson. Krebs pestered on his way in. Thompson back into the zone, flips it in, and Bobrovsky holds his ground. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the third, and Florida needs an offensive spark. They can just not find any sort of momentum in the offensive zone, just turning it over very quickly once they get onto the attack. Krebs off the turnover, denied by Bobrovsky. The rebound held out by Sergei Bobrovsky. Face-off controlled by the Panthers. 5 minutes to play here in regulation. And listen to the Buffalo fans here in Florida as Luukkonen saves another one. Face-off not very cleanly won by Buffalo. Krebs will bring it back through center. He's poked to the outside. Ekblad with good defense there for the Panthers. Here comes Florida back into the zone. Drops it off for Forsling. Forsling cuts inside. He never got a shot off. And it's back into Doan's grasp. Tage Thompson works it in wide. Centering pass. A shot denied by Bobrovsky. Goes back behind the net. Loose puck along the goal line, a hack and whack in the middle, and Bobrovsky freezes it with 3:56 to go. Bobrovsky doing everything he can to try to keep the Panthers in this game. Not getting any help on the offensive zone. Face-off control by Buffalo. Dahlin brings it in. A shot off the pipe. And the Panthers will bring it out once again. Luosterainen. Cut off on his way through center. Back out Forsling. Lundell with a bobble. Brings it in. And it's taken off his stick. McLeod back the other way here for Buffalo. All the way through off the wall. Samuelson. Drops it off for Quinn. Tried to turn and fire. Good block out in front by Ekblad. Kept alive by Benson. And Lundell jumps on the puck for the Panthers. 3 minutes to go regulation. Panthers running out of time. Buffalo looking to shut out the Panthers here at home. Ostlund brings it back through center outside Benson. Cut off on his way in by Forsling. Here's Rodriguez. Rodriguez circles in. And he's poke checked on his way through. Just no offensive zone time for the Panthers at all in this game. Norris, Ostlund, couldn't get a shot off. Still a bobble and a save by Bobrovsky. Ostlund back out to the point. Him and Dahlin play catch. Outside Metsä, squares it up, just wide of the net. Tuck back in the trapezoid. Wraparound chance, lost the handle, and Marchand back through center. Here's Bennett on the near side, under 2 minutes to go. Verhaeghe now circles in, drops it off for Marchand, a shot, score! There's step one. Brad Marchand puts it in, and it's a one-goal game as they cut the lead in half. It's 2-1. They finally get one past Luukkonen. Under 2 minutes to play, and we've got a one-goal game. Panthers still alive. Verhaeghe and Bennett get the assists on that goal. 90 seconds to play, one-goal contest. Ostlund brings it in, centering pass intercepted by Petrie. Keep your eyes on Bobrovsky. He stays put for the moment. Greenway takes it away in center. Malenstein outside, off the wall. Petrie jumps on it for Florida. 1 minute to play in the period. Verhaeghe will bring it up. Bobrovsky looks at the bench. They don't pull him yet as Buffalo brings it back out. Byram, Ostlund back through center. 43 seconds to go. Greenway brings it up outside Ostlund. A shot on net denied by Bobrovsky. 37 seconds to play. Verhaeghe up quickly. Here's Bennett. They should empty their net here, and they will. There goes Bobrovsky. It floats to the near side. Byram jumps on it for Buffalo. Pindle on the boards. Greenway pestered. Here's Malenstein eyeing the empty net. Malenstein brings it up, and just wide as it goes through the crease. Still alive, the Panthers. They got to hurry. We're down to 14 seconds. Marchand brings it up. Pestered on his way in. Byram takes it off his stick. Pindle on the boards with 8 seconds to play. Reinhart fires. Saved by Luukkonen, and he stops play with 5 seconds left. And we'll get one face-off to decide it here in the Buffalo end. Face-off control by the Panthers. Forsling denied by Luukkonen. Under 2 seconds to play. And that was the shot the Panthers needed. Gotta be quick off this face-off if you have a chance. Buffalo secures it, and that'll do it. The Buffalo Sabres hold off the Panthers here on the road. Excellent performance defensively by Buffalo. Luukkonen, a brick wall in between the pipes. And the Sabres survive the comeback effort by Florida at the end. And they take this one 2-1, the final score. Excellent goaltending on both sides. Bobrovsky gave it his all. He didn't get much help on the other end. Luukkonen gave up just the 1 goal late. And Buffalo wins it here in Sunrise by a final score of 2-1.